What is up, everyone? Welcome back to Base Damage. Hope you are all doing well. Today we're going to be taking a look at Macross in the year of our Lord 2024. Did not think that we were going to be getting this to Weiss. Me and some of the other guys in the Discord, shoutouts to Soup. He and I were both like, yeah, this was not on our bingo cards for sets we were going to get into English Weiss, but it is a set. I think it came out last year, or it might have been like really early this year. I don't remember. I just know that we were able to go over here to Weiss Tea Time and check out their little archives of the cards and everything. So thank you to Weiss Tea Time. It is greatly appreciated. So Macross is going to have a 60 card premium booster. So basically everything is like normal rarity. Then you have, which I will just go ahead and kind of show here, the shinies and everything, which has, I don't know what DCR, something rare is, and then obviously the SP, really cool, really cute. Yeah, so we have quite a bit of cards to go through really quickly. Spoiler, I've been spoiled about one particular thing for this set. I say spoiled, but Joker in the Discord had informed me that while we were at Duluth, actually told me about this, that there were basically climaxes in here that counted as other climaxes. We'll get into that further as we go through the set, but I remember him saying something about that, so I'm like, oh Lord, I just want to keep that in mind when we get further down. So even if I don't see the combination at first, I have been told there is some kind of a setup that uses anywhere from like 6 to 7 different climaxes all in the same deck for this, because they all count as the same friggin' name, which is kind of crazy. But also at the same time, I kind of feel like intrigued by something like that. Like just that kind of effect seems very, like that kind of mechanic seems very interesting. So we will continue on with this. I did scroll down really quickly to see there are only 2 colors in this, yellow and red. So we do have a little bit of standby in here, but we are just had to go through each card, because typically for the first impressions, I just kind of highlight the double rares and then scroll through, but because they're all like the same freaking rarity, we're just gonna have to go through this as quickly as we can. It's also been years since I watched Macross, so forgive me if I don't remember all their names. We have Freya. Let's just go ahead and start it off here. We have a 00500. At the start of your climax phase, you click the top card of your deck, so a little bit of knowledge, really good there. But it is also a Brainstorm. Pay 1, rest this, mill 4 for each climax. Look at up to 3 from the top of the deck. Choose 1 card amongst them at hand. Alrighty. Then we have Machina. Let's see. When this is placed on stage from hand, so 001K. Placed on stage from hand, discard a card, reveal the top card of your deck. Choose a level X or lower character. X is equal to the level of the revealed card. So you get the salvage back based off what you reveal. Okay. Hayate, the combat butler. No, different series altogether. We have a 0015. It bonds with the Freya Brainstorm. Very interesting. So we're going to have Resonate in here with the Freya. At the start of your opponent's attack phase, you may pay the cost. If you do, move this to an empty front row slot. Did they really need a Resonate for this effect? I mean, it's cool if there's other stuff in the set that works with resonates with the Freya Brainstorm. That's totally cool. I have no problem with that. But free runners exist that have better stats. I'm just saying, like, I don't know. It just feels weird. It's like, cool. I mean, free runners exist in like fucking trial decks, so it just feels weird to have that. Okay, whatever. Moving on. Mikumo. This is 0015. During your turn, this gets 1,000. When this is placed on stage from hand, oh, here we go. You may pay the cost, which is 1, and put a music or pilot character from your waiting room on the bottom of your clock. Search your deck for a level 1 or lower character added to hand. Yep, there we go. So this is going to be a very sought after card, most definitely. So shout outs to the Mikumo SP as well. So if you're trying to get this, good luck. No alternate arts so far, it doesn't look like. We showed the other one already. Let's continue. Oh, we got another Mikumo. Let's see. It's a 0015. Can't side, and if all of your characters are music, this gains 2k. So it's a 35 that just can't side. Okay. At the start of your opponent's attack phase, if all of your characters are music or pilots, you can mill 1. So send 1 card from the top of your deck to the waiting room. If that card is a level 2 or lower character, this gets the following ability. When this is frontal attack, you may return this to hand. Okay. That's a very, like, that could very easily go off. Interesting. Okay. Level 2 or lower. I think I remember seeing this, like, a similar effect on a Rinko in Bang Dream that was like, if it was level 1 or higher? I can't remember the exact thing. Okay. You can, well, granted, okay, that Rinko bounced back at the, like, the beginning of the draw phase or some shit. So, but this is when it gets frontaled, you can bounce it back. Okay. Reyna, 002K. Let's see. Oh, this is already looking good. When your climax is placed in the climax area, you can pay 1 stock. If you do, look at up to 4 cards from the top of the deck, choose a music or pilot, added hand. Very nice. Also, you can, when a climax gets played, bounce this back. So this is going to be very nice if you could use this for, like, the standby setup. You can bounce this back to hand, choose one of your characters. It gets +1 level and 1500 power. That +1 level might come into effect. Okay, very interesting. 0035, Freya and Mirage. All of your opponent's characters get a reduced encore because it's oversized. When this is placed on stage from hand, pay 1, pitch 1, search. Okay, I'm seeing some decent effects so far, but, you know, we got your drop searchers, we got your typical brainstormers. We have a climax combo. Kaname 103K. It's very weak defensively, but offensively it's a 6K. During your turn, it's a 6K, as long as you have another character. When this attacks, if you have the choice trigger number 22, I did see there was, like, multiple choice triggers in the thing. It was, like, different cards, though. If you have number 22, whichever one that is, and we'll just showcase all of them at the end. In your climax area, choose 1 cost 0 or lower character waiting room, place it on an empty front row slot on your stage. This turn, you cannot attack 4 or more times this turn. So that limits you to just 3 attacks. So if you somehow did this and there's, like, a restander or something, that's a very interesting restriction. I'm assuming there's, like, maybe some restanders or multiple attacks that you can do later on. Anyway, here's the, what's her name? Kaname. The SP for the Kaname. Really cool. I accidentally skipped the other SP here. Very cool. Very cute little skull thing. You can't really see, it's got the yellow background. You can't really see it if it's a gold thing. Like, I do feel they should try to do, where's the SP? Is it just the stamp? I don't see a signature up here. Hold up. Like, putting it, okay, I can kind of see this one because it's more reddish on top of pinkish. But, like, this is very hard to see. I mean, if you got the card in your hand, I realize it's a little bit different as opposed to on a computer screen. But still. We have a 1-0 Reyna, 4K during your turn. If you have 2 or more other music or pilot characters, this gains 2K power. When this attacks, if the level of the character across from this is 2, gets +6K, so it's a level 2 Slayer. Very good. Machina 1055. If you do not have another music or pilot character, this does not stand during your stand phase. Okay. When this is placed on stage from hand, it gets a buff equal to the number of your music or pilot characters. Okay. So it's a vanilla, but it's vanilla stats. But then it gets a buff. So it can gain 25? If it's the last card, if it's the last character to get played, it gains 25. So it can be a 108K. It's pretty big. Aerial Knights. It's a 1/1 backup. So 2K backup. When you use this card's backup, if all of your characters are music or pilots, put the top card of your deck into your stock. Very generic. Like, granted, it's got a crit trigger, and I know I saw several choice triggers, so this is like level 1 backup. You can get back with that, so that's kind of cool, but still. We got a Hayate 113K, and it has a climax combo. Oh, this is interesting. I'm already seeing something very cool here. So it's a level assist. When you trigger a climax with a choice trigger, you can pay 1 to draw a card. Very nice. That goes ahead and pays out the choice trigger. So I do like this. At the start of your climax phase, if you have 2 or more music or pilot characters, you can pay the cost. If you do this turn, this gains the following ability. The cost is pay 1, pitch 2. After performing the effect of the 3/2 Hayate and Freya, which is coming up, number 18, so we got a couple cards to go. After you perform the effect of the climax combo, perform one of the effects that was not chosen. So this, the 3-2 Hayate and Freya must have multiple effects that you can choose. So that's actually kind of interesting to be able to like activate multiple effects like that. That would be very, very interesting. So depends on what the effects are. Depends on what the cost is and everything too. So you can't have another copy of this. So you can only have the one. Okay, but it will work for multiple Hayate and Freyas. So if you like, say you got two of these Hayate and Freyas on the field. So when we get to the effects, that'll be very interesting. But this counts for this makes it so you can perform 2 effects from every single copy of this on the field, but you can't have more than one of this Hayate on field. Okay, just very specific thing for that, which is very understandable, honestly. Like, being able to do that is kind of nuts. All right, so 13. It's a 2-0. So it's a costless 25 with a soul. It has a soul trigger and everything. If you have 5 or less cards in your deck, or 2 or less climaxes in your waiting room, this gets minus a level in hand. This can become a level 1 early play condition. During your turn, it gains 6k, so it would be a level 2 8/5. Interesting. It doesn't look like it has to reverse. Okay, you can reverse, or if the slot across from it's empty, it does stuff. At the start of your encore step, if this is in your front row, character slot across is empty or reversed. You can sack the choice. If you do, choose up to 2 music or pilot characters in your waiting room, add them to your hand. Okay. Interesting. Oh, the Messer also has the same thing. It's a 2-0. Just interesting, like the 2 zeros here. That's actually kind of crazy. 6k. You cannot play events or backups from hand. Okay. If you have a copy of this in your level area, this gets -1 level in hand. Okay. That's not a bad experience. Just kind of funky. If you have another Kaname, number 8, this gains the following 2 abilities. So the Kaname 8. So if you have a copy of this, okay, the first climax combo, this gains the following 2 abilities. During your turn, this gains 3k, so it'll become a 9. When this card's battle opponent becomes reversed, you may send this to memory. If you do, at the start of your next draw phase, this comes back from memory on any slot. Okay, cool. When the battle opponent is reversed. Okay, so he can bounce out. That's pretty cool. Did I skip over any SPs? Don't think so. Okay, cool. Just want to make sure I'm trying to, like, show off all that. Mirage, 2-1, 25, 2k level assist to level 3 or higher characters, and they act. Rest, look at the top card of your opponent's deck. Put it on top or bottom of their deck, then look at the top card of your deck, put it on top or bottom of your deck. That's actually really nice for, like, a no cost, just rest it. I mean, even if you have to pay 1 to summon it, I mean, it's already doing its job. Interesting. Okay. Very little differentiation in the art here. Okay. And a 2-1, 2500 backup. When you use this card's backup, you can pay 1, sack a character, choose one of your opponent's characters, it gets -1 soul. Okay. 2-1 Max. It's a pilot. 95. This has no trigger and no soul. Actually, I didn't notice that. Hold on. Okay, so this guy did. Okay. No trigger, no soul. This is interesting. When this is placed on stage from hand, if you have another music or pilot character, you can pay the cost. Pay 1, pitch 1. Perform the following effect twice. Oh, it's the downgrade effect. Okay, choose one of your opponent's level 1 or higher characters. Your opponent swaps them with a character in their waiting room that is at least -1 level from that. Very nice. Okay, so you get to downgrade do some shenanigans. Do that twice. Okay, so this is the 3-2 Hayate and Freya that the other Hayate was talking about. It has 3 effects, so if you have multiples of these, or even just this in general, 3-2, 10k. When this attacks, if you have the choice trigger, choose one of the following 3 effects and resolve it. So that Hayate would let you pick 2 of these, which is crazy. Oh, that's actually dumb. Oh, that's actually really dumb. I love this. Okay, hold on. What was the timing of the Hayate again? Oh, hold on. At the start of the climax phase. Oh, okay, so it's after performing the effect. So it's the on attack, pick one of these, perform the other. Interesting. Okay, 3, 2, 10k. Sorry. So you draw up to 1, heal 1. Really nice. Your opponent chooses two climaxes in their waiting room, shuffles all of the cards from their waiting room into their deck. This gets 5k power for the turn. That's actually insane. It becomes a 15. With the choices, it becomes a 16. This is, or deal 2 damage to your opponent. It's much crazier. I mean, the options are great, but it's much, much crazier when you can make this effect go off. One, it's for free, but being able to get 2 effects to go off if you have the Hayate actually makes this kind of dumb. Because you would always, like the first one that attacks, you would always do this first effect. And then, like, assuming you've taken some more damage or something, you get to heal and decompress. Like, wow. This is actually, like, being able to do any, like, 2 of these, like, with every attack. I know the level 1 assist had to pay a cost, but it was a very negligible cost for being able to do this with multiple copies of this. This is kind of like, that's actually really cool. I'm very curious as to what kind of price tag this card's going to have. So anyway, 3/2 Freya also has a climax combo. When this is placed on stage from hand, you can heal 1. Also 3/2 10k as well. Did this have any drawbacks? Oh, no, it has crit trigger. I just had to double check, make certain it didn't have any weird ass drawbacks. On attack, if you have the choice trigger in your climax area, pay 1, pitch 1. Look at up to 3 cards from the top of your opponent's deck. Choose up to 3 cards from amongst them, put them back on top in any order, and send the rest to waiting room. And then this gets 1,000 power. You just can't do it to yourself, but this is very much like the Mocha from Bang Dream. But you get to look at up to 3 instead of 4, which is kind of dumb. Or not instead of 4. You get to look at 3 instead of 2. Sorry, the Mocha was 2. The SP for the Freya, that actually looks really cute. So, very nice artwork. Like I said, it's just the premium booster needs to have, like, okay, look, this Kaname has alternate artwork, meaning it's very doable. Like, just do better on the premium booster stuff. Bushi, like, come on. 3/2 10k Kaname, sorry. Experience for, if you have experience of 4, all of your other pilots and copies of this card gain Encore. Interesting. When this is placed on stage from hand, you can... Sorry, I was rereading the freaking cost thing. I thought it said something else. On play, discard a card, put the top card of your clock into stock. Very nice. And then like I said, then it gives all other pilot characters and copies of itself the character Encore. Very nice, very nice. We do have an event. Okay, so a 2/0 event. I need to go back and rewatch this. That would be so cool. If you don't have another music or pilot character, this can't be played from hand. Choose one of the following 2 effects and resolve it. Either search your deck for a music or pilot character, show it to your opponent, add it to hand, shuffle your deck afterwards. Or choose one of your characters, it gains 3k, send this to stock. This is reasonable. This is not bad. I think this is very similar. I actually have it near me. Hold on. There's like a Shana event. Okay, hold on. Yeah, this is like a mirror copy of that. There's an event in Shakugan no Shana. That needs a new sleeve. That basically same cost, same color, same level, just same effects all in general. That's actually kind of crazy. Okay, cool. I need to put that in a different sleeve, so set that to the side, and we'll get those in a little bit here. Okay, so it's very, and I'll show a picture of it on screen as well. It's literally the melon bread thing from Shana. Okay, so we know that's good. Okay, this is where we have some shenanigans. I'm gonna have to zoom in for this. Link, Super Dimension Venus, and there's all these different choice triggers that work for each of the different combos. I need to zoom in. Let me zoom. Okay. So, I'm just going to use this one here. Where it says Continuous Link Super Dimension Venus. Here, right here, I'm going to zoom in farther so you can see it. Just because I realize I got to be able to show this off on screen. Right here on the Japanese is where it would be all of your characters gain 1k and a soul. And then this explains the choice trigger. Right above it is this Link Super Dimension thing, which I'm assuming is what Joker meant about the cards having some effect. Or there's something that gives cards with this, like they count as like the same card or some shit. So let me back out a little bit. And I need to showcase off the art anyway, so we are going to scoot back over her. Oh, wow, we actually have several. Hold on, what the fuck? Sorry, we have several arts. Hold on, sorry, I have to zoom back in. Very nice. 2 different DCRs. This looks so cute as well. I like the heterochromia. Like, that just in general looks like really freaking cute. Got all of them together right there. Oh, it's a different card right there. Yeah, this is crazy. This is a very, very nice looking set. I remember the anime looking really good. I also remember this is where that meme comes from. I think of the In December meme of the girl dancing. I'll see if I can find it. All right, so that is it for the yellows. We're going to get into the reds, and we've already gone like 20 minutes, so let's just try to go for this. Oh, wow. Okay, I know we're 60 cards, but this is also only, like, the climaxes. So there's only 21 yellow cards before you get to the climaxes. Very interesting. But, I mean, that one level 3, being able to do 2 of those effects is kind of crazy in and of itself. I'm very curious as to what the hell else they're going to be able to do with this. So, all right. Reyna is a 00500 act of pay 1, rest this. If your deck has 6 or more cards. What? What is this? If your deck has 6 or more cards, mill until you have 5 cards left? So you could just go from like 40 cards to 5. Okay, but it has more stuff. If your waiting room has 4 or more climaxes with different names. This is where that comes into play. This gains the following ability. At the start of your encore step, shuffle all cards from your waiting room into your deck. If your waiting room has 3 or less climaxes with different names, send this to clock. Okay. So if when you do this, you mill, and there's 4 or more climaxes, you get to shuffle everything back in. But if when you do this and you only have 3 or less climaxes after you mill a whole bunch with this effect, then this goes to clock instead. Got you. It's like 2 different timings of the thing. So if you have the 4 or more, it doesn't go to clock, is what I'm understanding this as. On top of it has a regular brainstorm effect, which is just like awesome. I'm liking this set. This is actually gonna like hurt people. I'm actually very we got like several good arts. I'll show off both these cards at the same time when I do. Brainstorm. Pay 1 rest this mill 4. For each climax, salvage a music or pilot. Okay, cool. And then a Kaname 001K on attack. Choose a character, gets 1,000. When this is sent from stage to waiting room, you can discard a card, look it up to 4, add a level 1 or higher from amongst them to hand, send the rest to waiting room. Very nice. And this is the SPs and everything. All right, so this doesn't have a signature. It just has the little stamp thing. But this does have a signature. You can just barely freaking see it. But the art is so nice already. I would love to be able to see the signature easier. I realized when I was like pointing at it just now, my fat head was in the way. All right, we have another Kaname. Oh, I can't see the number. I gotta make certain I can see the numbers. So we have a 001K at the start of your climax phase. Choose one of your music or pilots, gets 1,000. Act, pay 1, rest this. Choose a music or pilot. It gets the ability when the battle opponent becomes reversed, you can salvage back a character. Okay. Very nice. Freya and Mikumo. So 0015. When this is placed on stage from hand, if you have another music or pilot, choose one of the following 2 effects and resolve it. Look at up to 3 cards from the top of your deck. Choose up to 1 event from among them. Show it to your opponent, add it in hand, send the rest to waiting room. Excuse me, I'm so sorry about that. If you added a card to hand, discard a card. Okay, now that's honestly kind of fair. Or you can do this. Discard a card to grab back a 1/1 Link event. Number 55 in your waiting room, add it to hand. So that's way further down. Auto, when this is placed on stage from hand, you can pay 1, pitch a character. Look it up to 3. Choose 1 card amongst them, add it to hand. So it's either trying to dig for the event or grab back a specific event from waiting room. Interesting. Okay. So you're using this to try to get to a specific event. I wonder if that has like significance. 0015 Walkure. When this is placed on stage from hand, you can shuffle 2 characters back, and if you do, this does not suffer soul penalty when side attacking. Okay. When this attacks, choose a music or pilot, give it 15. Okay. Freya, if you have 2 or less stock, this gets 1500 power at the start of your opponent's attack phase. You move this to an empty front row slot with a character across from it. See, you don't have to mill or resonate to do an effect like this. There's the SP. Wait, I'm going to zoom in a little bit more. That actually looks really freaking cool. Okay. Get back over her. It's all good. See, because if I have it exactly like this, I can see when there's like SPs and whatnot coming up to show off. 31, we have a Freya 002K. Placed on stage from hand, you can pay 1, pitch 1, salvage back a music or pilot, and then give another character 1K. Also has the, when your other music or pilot gets frontaled, pay 1, sack this to return that character to hand. Very nice. Kaname 002K. During your turn, it's a 3K. When this is sent from stage to waiting room, look up to 3 cards from the top of your deck. Choose 1 climax amongst them, add it to hand, send the rest to waiting room. If you added a card to hand, discard a card. Okay, cool. I mean, apparently, if you're able to make other climaxes count as other climaxes, it's like, cool, just grab whatever. And these are the 2 SPs. This one's nice because you can see it. This one, you can still kind of see it because it's the red over top the pink. Like I said, some of the other ones is really hard to see, at least on this version of the what we're looking at. So I like it when you can see the signature. It's very pleasing to me. All right, so we have a 002K, Reina and Machina. At the start of your encore step, if you have the standby in your climax area, choose 1 card in your waiting room. You may add it to hand. If you do, discard 1 card. Very interesting. When your other music or and you can, when your other music or pilot character is sent from stage waiting room, if this is in your back row, you can sack this to return that character to stage in its former slot rested. So it can save for itself. But then the standby climax combo is a salvage and a filter. I mean, it works. It's just very interesting. Okay. Machina, and we have an SP for her. 002K, when this is sent from stage to waiting room, pay 1, put the top card of your deck into your clock. Okay, so this is like the Kyori and the Aqua and all that, the Shuna and all that. Look up 2 cards from the top of your deck, choose up to 2 music or pilot characters, add them to hand. And so put the rest to waiting room. So yeah, this is going to be another very sought after card. This is going to be crazy. Mikumo, Climax Swapper Mikumo, very nice. Dark Kaname, okay, 101K, has 2 souls. Very interesting there. Okay. When this is placed on stage from hand, if you have another music or pilot, mill 2. If there is a climax among those cards, choose one of your opponent's level 2 or lower front row characters, send it to memory. Just straight up get rid of stuff. You may send it to memory, so it's optional. And it has to be front row or center stage. So you can't pick. You can't turn off Shuna from Slime. So during this card's battle, when the damage you take is canceled, you may return this to your hand. Very interesting. Okay. We have a Kaname 103K. During your turn, if you have another character, it gains 3K. When your other music or pilot is frontaled, sack this to give that character 1500 power. And this also has 2 soul. What is with all these like random 2 souls? Interesting. It's just, I'm intrigued. We already have this whole like effect of like everything counts as like the same freaking climax. So I'm very like intrigued and entertained. I'm curious as to how much some of these like normal rarity cards are still going to be. 1035, when this is placed on stage from hand, choose one of your music or pilots, it gets 15. When this attacks, choose one of your music or pilots, that gains another 15. Okay, so you can give like 3k power all to the same character. Very interesting. It doesn't say other. You can give it all to itself, so it'll be a 1065 if you absolutely needed to. Interesting. You can give it to itself. We have an SP. Sorry. Did I miss any other SPs? No, that was that one. But here is this one. Very nice. So we have a 1/0 Freya. 4K. During your turn, this gains 2. Okay. On attack, if you have the door climax, choose 2 or more music pilot characters. And you have 2 or more music pilot characters. Sorry. Choose one of the following 2 effects and resolve it. And it has an SP that looks really nice. Look at up to 4 cards from the top of your deck. Choose up to 1 music character or pilot character. Add it to hand. Or choose 1 level 2 or higher music or pilot character. Waiting room, add it to hand. So you either get to mill, or you get to just grab back a level 2 or higher and just get set up. That's honestly really cool. 1/04K. Dark Reyna. 2 different brainstorm effects. Interesting. Okay. Pay 1, rest this. Mill 4 for each climax, salvage a character. Or pay 1, rest 2 characters, mill 4. Deal X damage to your opponent. X is equal to the number of climaxes amongst those. So a burn brainstorm, but on top of being able to just do a regular brainstorm is kind of nice. You can do either or. Oh, I didn't show off the Freya. Okay. See, you could see the SP on that. I like that. That's also just really cute in general. Damn, they have some very nice art. Yeah, I gotta go back and rewatch this. Machina 1/045. Sorry, I went down too far. And she has an SP as well. On play, if you have another character, gains 2K. During the turn that this is placed on stage from hand, when the card's battle opponent is reversed, you can pay 1 and rest one of your other standing music or pilot characters. If you do, search your deck for up to 1 music or pilot added to hand. So this is like the Ranga from Slime. Future me if you want to put that up there. But we are also going to take a cute little SP. You can kind of see the signature for that one. We have more Dark Machina. 1/115. What? All of these are like inherently very weak, but they gain the buffs and everything. I don't know. Let's see how it goes here. This has 2 souls and a soul trigger. Just pointing that out there. Thank you. When this is placed on stage from hand, randomly choose 1 card in your opponent's hand, reveal it, send it to memory. At the end of your opponent's next turn, return that card to your opponent's hand. Okay, but then it's at the end. Would they still have to discard down to 7 if that card added back would put them above 7? I'm assuming they would. I'm assuming they'd have to discard. When your other music or pilot is frontaled, you can sack this to give a character 25. Okay, cool. Well, if this is like a backstage thing for the frontaling thing, why give it 2 soul? Whatever. Maybe there's something that works with 2 souls. 1/4K. If you are level 3 or higher, this gains the following ability. An act to sack this, choose one of your opponent's characters, stand it, and move it to an empty slot and choose one of your opponent's characters, stand them, and swap them. Or choose, so you either get to move, like, your opponent has an empty front row. You can pick something in the back and move it up. Or they have a full field. You can pick something in the back and they have to swap with another character of your choice. Very interesting. It lets you move stuff to the front that you can get rid of. Or it's the fact that they stand by to end at level 3. Then they have this. When this is reversed, if the battle opponent's level is higher than your opponent's level, you may send that character to memory. So you purposely go, hey, that standby target, bring it here. Bring it up to the front, and I'm going to ram into it. Okay, cool. And also, very nice DCR. Walkere is a 1/15K. If the cost of the character across from this is 0 or lower, it can't be reversed. Okay. When your other music or pilot character attacks, this gains 1K. So, fairly big. Got a 1/1 Reyna. Okay, it's your typical like standby target. It's becomes a 75 with character encore. Okay. This is such a cute Freya as well. 2/125. When you use this card's backup, pay 2, send one of your characters from stage to waiting room. So you have to sack a character. Choose one of your opponent's characters with a level higher than their level and send it to the waiting room. Okay, cool. Very just good to have. 47 2/1 Reyna. It's a level assist and rest this. Choose one of your other characters. Send it to stock. That could play something very interesting. Okay, I didn't see any other SPs. That could do some interesting shenanigans. I'll show off both of these at the same time. 2/1 Mikumo, a 5K. On play, you can discard a card, choose a music or pilot from your waiting room, add it to hand. An act, send this to waiting room, choose one of your opponent's characters, return it to hand. So just salvage back shit and removal. And let's just show off both of these at the same time. I can just barely tell that there's a signature right there. But either way, this is like the hot stamp thing. That's cool. Machina, 2/2, 6K. This is your typical 2-cost thing. For each of your other front row music or pilot characters, this gains 2K power. So it becomes a 10K, and it also has character encore. It's your other typical standby target. Climax combo, 2/2, 9/5, Mikumo. When the +2 soul is placed in your climax area, if this is in your front row and you have another music character, you may send all other characters from both players' stage to waiting room. Wait, no, is this Hachima? If you do this turn, this gains the following ability. Activates up to once per turn. Damage dealt by this is canceled. You can deal 3 to your opponent. It's like, which the Hachima had another burn effect. Future me put a picture of the Hachima on screen right now from Hololive. Okay. On a +2 soul. Oh, it's because it's a 1 soul. So then, and this is at level 2 though. You can do this so much easier. Oh, that incoming deck profile. That's all I'm saying. Like Meteor Soul Rush or something. I don't know. Can you summon something like you can with like Ollie? No, because the Ollie's a climax combo. Well, if they're all count as the same thing. If there's something that could summon itself back. Maybe. I'm going to do more research. But this is like the Hachima from Hololive that can just blow up the entire field. It blows up your own too, but you don't care. That's hilarious. Because if it gets rid of if it levels the fucking playing field, like, oh, you got a full field of Murons or Overlord that can't be reversed and all this other BS. Get it off the field. I love this. It's on a +2 soul as well. That's kind of nuts. I kind of like that. All right, Macross, you got me hooked. I'm gonna be messing with this. Oh, we got plenty more SPs. Here we go. 3/2, 85, Machina. 4 or more music or pilots. This gets minus a level in hand. On play, heal 1, and on play, if you have another music or pilot. Until the end of your opponent's next turn, this gains 2K power. Okay, so very simple, very good. And we'll showcase both of the SPs at the same time. Mikumo, 3/2, 9K. When this is placed on stage from hand, discard a card. Put the top card of your clock into stock, and this gets 1500 power till the end of turn. Okay. On attack, if you have the door climax in your climax area, choose one of your characters. This turn, it gains the following ability. This ability activates up to once per turn when the damage dealt by when this card's damage is canceled. You may deal the same amount of damage to your opponent. Nice. Okay, I do like that. SPs right there. So there's quite a few SPs in this set, actually. Okay. Joker, you got me hooked. What the hell, man? I love you to death. 3/2, Reina, and she has an SP as well. Oh, Dark Freya. We got the Heterochromia back. Hell yeah. 3/2, 9/5. At the start of your attack phase, if you have 2 or more other music or pilot characters until the end of your opponent's next turn, this gains the following ability. All of your opponent's front row characters get minus 1000 power. Very nice. When this attacks, if you pay, you may pay the cost. Discard 2 cards. If you do, send the bottom 4 cards of your opponent's deck to the waiting room. Burn your opponent equal to the number of climaxes sent by this effect. So very nice little off finisher there. Showcase the SP. Cool. Yeah. Dark Freya, number 54. When this is placed on stage from hand, choose one of the following 2 effects and resolve it. Reveal the top card of your deck. If that card is a music or pilot character, you may deal 1 damage to your opponent. Pay the cost, rest one of your standing characters. Your opponent chooses 1 climax in their waiting room, shuffles all of the cards from their waiting room into their deck. And this has 3 soul. That's actually really crazy. Okay. We have... Oh, did I skip? Okay, I didn't skip an SP. 1/1 event. Let's see. If you do not have a music or pilot character, this cannot be played from hand. Choose one of the following 2 effects and resolve it. Draw a card. Send this to memory. Okay. If you have 2 or more copies of this card, this gets -1 cost in hand. So you purposely, like, send it to memory to then just be able to draw cards for free? If this is in your memory and you have 2 or more of this card in your memory. Oh, is this the thing that does it? Card names of climaxes with the link super dimension Venus in your climax area is treated as the same card name as climax. Okay, so it's this event that does it. Oh no. Okay. So you just have to have 2 or more of this in your memory. And then that works. Okay, so so that's how this works. Okay, but it has to be in your waiting room. So this event right here is going to be the bane of some people's existences, it looks like. 1/1 event. All players shuffle all cards from their waiting room into their deck. Choose one of your characters that gains the ability when this is reversed. Oh, and it makes any character a reverser. Very nice. Okay, cool. And then we have... Oh, okay, so that's it. Then it's all the climaxes. Did we miss any others? Alright, so we're going to showcase off all... Okay, and then that's going to be it. So we're going to showcase off all of the SP's fucking shit. The climaxes. Okay, wow. I was like, it just keeps going. I'm not going to zoom in on all that. I'm just going to... Okay, that's really cute, though, with, like, all of them right there. It's just really cute. I guess that's the thing, is, like, the link thing is because they're, like, all the singers, like, singing together. Okay, so, I mean, the climaxes, like, all count as each other. It fits thematically, if that makes sense. Okay, but yeah, it's just where the climaxes count as the same climaxes in your waiting room. Essentially making it so, I mean, like, no matter what, as long as you, like, even if you're just running, like, 2 different climaxes, this is still good. Interesting. Okay, that's kind of crazy. Okay. Yeah. I'm on board. I really want to mess with this. That's going to be hilarious. That is going to be very interesting, but that is also going to be it for this first impressions. I don't know, because I would need to see the deck in action. I want to go back up to this level 3. This particular level 3, and like I said, the Hayate and Freya, and then being able to do like the multiple effects and everything for free is just bonkers to me. Like, that's cool. That's awesome. I really like this. Joker, we're going to be trying to cook. I'm just going to scroll back up top here. We're going to be trying to cook and see what we can come up with. It's interesting. I'm very curious to see the set. I know nothing about it other than what I've just looked here and what, like I said, what people had told me about the card, the climaxes counting as each other. So I wasn't going to be like super surprised by that or anything of that nature. I wasn't going to be like overtly like caught off guard or anything, but it's definitely intriguing. I want to see this deck in action, if that makes sense. I can speculate and try to figure out stuff all day, but I definitely want to see this in action in the long run. All right, that is going to be it for us today. Thank you all very much for watching. It is greatly appreciated. I got this recorded in a fairly timely manner, but I thank you all very much. Feel free to like, subscribe, all that jazz. Feel free to join the Discord as well. Like I said, I was told a lot of this stuff by members of the Discord. So if you also want to talk about decks or sets like Macross or any other crazy shenanigans you see coming up down the pipeline, feel free to join the Discord and send me a message. We'll chat. We'll get ready for some shenanigans. So this is not going to be legal for next weekend. Or no, I need to see when the other regionals are happening. I think this weekend that I'm recording this is when Manila happens. I got to double check that. But that's going to be it. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you on the flip side. Peace out for now.